Hey there, my name is Frla, and if you're watching this video, then I'm sure that you're using Tunngle and that you like playing cooperative games with your friends. But you probably have a problem because, well, you are on Skype with your friends, and you run Tunngle, you try to get in, and you try to connect with your friends. And everything's working, at least it seems so. So it looks
Connecting to Tunngle.
Oh, yes, and you get like that annoying sound, and it logs in automatically. Everything is working right now, and yeah, it takes kind of a long time. But in the end, oh yeah, what is this? Okay, an error. The Tunngle network, that adapter, what is not prioritized? What the hell? Okay, you click OK. Everything should be cool. And yeah, and you get this like yellow like square that says port closed. You've probably seen before. But you just ignore it and then you try to search for a network. Let's say you want to play Minecraft. You type it in, you enter the room. Let's say there's a lot of people. And there's a network switch. And you get in and you see all these X's. Like right now there's not a lot of them. But you should be like surprised that you're probably not going to be able to connect with your friends because your port is closed and that error we got in the beginning, your network, like Tunngle network adapter, was not correctly prioritized, which means you might not even be able to like connect to your friends. Now what I'm going to show you is how to get perfect Tunngle connection. How to get the green square, which means that your port is going to be opened and is going to accept all the connections from your friends and vice versa, and how to remove these X's. So this X means that you're not able to connect to this person, right? So I'm going to show you how to remove these, or at least minimize those. So let's like close Tunngle right now. And okay, the first thing you want to do is, okay, so this is like ads. I hate this. Like what the fuck? Anyway, we're just gonna close it. Yeah, so anyway, first thing you want to do is right click on Tunngle, select properties, go to compatibility tab, and make sure you run this program as an administrator. Okay, so that's going to minimize the problems with like system permissions in the app. So yeah, this is not the main source of the problem, but it is going to help minimize any other problems that you might have. Click OK, and this is the most important thing. Like remember that square, that yellow square we got? So we want it to be green, but to do that you have to open the port, and you do that by something you might have heard of before, and it's called port forwarding. Now to forward your port you have to do this. So that port is in your router, okay, and by default it's closed. Now you have to get into your router. How do you get into the router? Well, you do this. Okay, so I'm on Windows 8, but if you're on any Windows, just try to find this run thing, and in run type in cmd, okay? Click OK, and you'll get to the command prompt. Now, the next thing you want to do is type in ipconfig, okay? So that's ipconfig. And this is going to give you basic information about all of your network adapters, okay? So what you want to find is an Ethernet adapter Ethernet. Okay, so I'm connected by cable, so it says Ethernet, but if you're on Wi-Fi, it might say Wi-Fi or something simple as that, okay? So find your home network adapter and read this number under default gateway, okay? There are 3 numbers under default gateway, but you're looking at this one, okay? That is like a normal format, like a dotted format, okay? This is your router's IP address. So you should like now after you read this, open your web browser. I'm using Chrome. Okay. And now you just have to type in the default gateway into the address bar. Okay, so mine is 192.116.1.254. Okay, this is going to get you into the router. Now, this is going to be different for every single one of you, but you can find the username and password for your router on the internet, okay? Or you can like, yeah. So that's pretty much, you just have to guess. Usually, the username and password is the same. So by default, it should be admin, or sometimes it's admin with capital A, or it's administrator, or administrator with capital A. Okay. For me, the username and password are user and user. Okay. So I can't help you with this too much because it's different for every router. But you can find that on Google pretty much easily on some forums, and yeah, so that's it. After you found it, just type that in, select your language and log in, and you are now in your router. Now the next thing you want to do is go to data service. Okay, this is my router, okay? It might say something different. You might see port forwarding or something similar. For me, I have to go to the data service tab and then go to NAT or not config, okay? And then go to POT or PAT settings. So this is port forwarding settings. So for you it might be PAT settings, it might be port forwarding settings or something similar. So you'll just have to find that, because I cannot cover every single router there is because I have only one, and yeah, you just have to going to find your way around this yourself. Okay, now first thing you want to do is to enable PAT. Okay, for me it's enabled, and I had this like set up already, but I deleted it so I can show you guys. So you want to add a rule here, like you want to add another port to forward. So you go to add, you enable, and now this, it says internet port and intranet port. So the port that we need, so the ports go from 1 to 65,535. Now the port that we want to forward for Tunngle is 11,155, okay? Now the internet port sometimes is going to say external port. So external and internet port are the same thing. Intranet port or internal port are also the same thing, okay? On some routers you have to type in the range that you want. So internet port range, so you would select, so if there was a range here, if it said internet port range, you would write it like this. Wait, okay, so okay, I can't because I have a limit on characters, but basically we would write a dash and then 11,155 again. Anyway, so our external and internal port are 11,155. Now the intranet IP or internal IP is the host IP. Okay, that's your IP address. Now remember the IP config here. So under the same adapter, find the IPv4 address. This is the IP address of your PC, and you have to type that in right here. Okay, so it's already here for me. Now the protocol that you have to select is UDP. Okay, that's really important, because if you select TCP, it's not going to work. So you're not going to forward the right port. It has to be UDP. Internet interface, that doesn't really matter, and the description you can just write Tunngle so that you know why you forwarded this port in the first place. After you've like done all this, just click save, and now I have to like save again and click apply. Click OK, and there we go. So it's going to refresh right now, probably, yeah. And now I have successfully forwarded the port 11,155. We can close out of this and this too, and I'm going to show you that this that I'm going to get the green smiley face, or at least I should. It worked last time.
Connecting to Tunngle.
Alright, so it's connecting. Alright. It's checking the adapter priority, so I'm still going to get that error like the first time, and now that's the next thing I'm going to show you, okay? So it says that I won't be able to find any server in the LAN browser of my games. but you can just close out that right now. Okay, so here we go. I forwarded the port. It says port open, and I have a green smiley face. So right now this is probably enough to get like perfect connection to Tunngle, but I still want to fix that error though. So it said that the Tunngle network adapter wasn't correctly prioritized. So what does that mean? Where do you have to go to fix that? Okay, I hate these ads. Okay, anyway, you have to go and find, okay, so just try and go to control panel, choose network and internet, and go to network and sharing center. Next, click on change adapter settings right here, and here you're going to see all the network adapters. Now, why does Tunngle give us that error? Well, first of all, you have to click, while you're here, click Alt, and you'll get this menu pop up. Go to Advanced Settings, and here, connection, like, this is the connections prioritization thing, okay? So make sure the Tunngle is in the first place. So it has to be above everything, okay? Whatever you have, Tunngle has to be the first. So whatever's the first has the highest priority. But for me, it is like that already. So what the hell is happening? Well, Tunngle doesn't like when you have other like VPN or like virtual stuff or adapters turned on. For example, I have Hamachi, which is similar to Tunngle, and this network adapter is turned on and it is interfering with Tunngle. Same thing with VMware. So if you're using virtual machines, they have their own virtual network adapters and they interfere with Tunngle. Same with TunnelBear software, which is VPN software. Maybe you've heard about it. This is turned off, but if you want Tunngle to work perfectly, you're going to have to disable all of these, alright? So that's the only way to, like, of course you leave your Ethernet home network turned on, because otherwise you're not going to be able to connect to the internet. But yeah, you want to make sure that you have only your home network adapter and Tunngle network adapter turned on. So after you've done that, we can close out of everything and start Tunngle again. So now it should work perfectly. Alright, let's see if we still get the error. I think we shouldn't.
Connecting to Tunngle.
Alright. Alright. Finalizing? Okay, we didn't get the error. So, yeah. That's what I did. It's pretty simple. Fix. And this way, I don't think you should have any trouble connecting to your friends. So even, like, if you do this, and this works for you, like this port thing, even if even if your friend cannot make this happen or cannot forward his port, it's enough that you have forwarded the port and it's already going to be a better connection between you and your friends, because you are going to allow your router to accept the connections that are coming towards you. So it's going to be easier for the network to manage your co-op games. So now let's search for Minecraft and see if we have eliminated the X's from the list, okay? Alright, so we still have a couple of X's here, but there are only 3. I can remember that we had like 10 before. So now, so this is not a guarantee that you're going to eliminate all of these, but if there is an X, right now you're sure that it's not the problem in your connection but in these people's connection. So right now you have the perfect Tunngle connection. Now there is one other thing, so 2 other things that I want to like give you a hint. So if you want to make sure that you really don't have any problems, you can also, after you've done all this stuff, so you run this thing as an administrator, you forwarded the port, you correctly prioritized Tunngle network adapter and disabled all other virtual network adapters, there's still stuff you can do. For example, you should download the latest version of Tunngle. Right now, at the point of recording this video, it's 5.5, but if there's a newer version you should download it, because reading the release notes I can see that they're fixing network stuff, so it should help you like connecting better. And also I encourage you to go to this site. Just a moment, I have to find it. So I'm going to put the link into the description for this page. So you should read through this. So if you want to like find out more information and details, again yeah. So anyway, if you want to find out more information about port forwarding for Tunngle, you can read this site. Sorry, not site, the webpage, and you'll find out a lot of interesting information here. So this helped me to actually fix all of these things with Tunngle. So yeah, I'm going to give you a link in the description. I hope you liked this video and that it helped you fix your problems. And yeah, it's kind of a long video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again in some next tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.